Hello and welcome back to Sack to the Future. It's 1971. And if you were expecting to see another 1980 game, well, you get 70s instead because the 1980 project was on Madden 22, which I knew going into it didn't have, the Washington Redskins old classical uniforms anymore. Um, I knew it was annoying, but I thought that's okay. But then on top of that, with the momentum meter, things just got out of control. Two big plays by one team, and the momentum meter's all the way filled up, and then it was just runaways and not very close games. So we did have a couple, but not enough. Most of the games were just a little bit outrageous. So that, on top of the fact that Madden 20 gives you the Redskins uniforms and everything, we've decided to go back to 1920 and back it up closer to where we left off, the original Sack to the Future. Since that was mostly 60s, figure we'll start here, brand new, fresh, 1971. And this should allow us to get through the entirety of the 70s and even into the 80s on Madden 20 if we're able to, of course, continue it and go that far. There you see Bob Wallace of the Chicago Bears. So the opening game for 1971 is the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Another advantage of Madden 20 is there's a lot of work done by the community for historical rosters. So I Teach History and Soundwave are the primary contributors, I would say, as far as full roster sets. But then you also have Bubba and a couple other names that I forget at the moment, but really doing a lot of work with draft classes. So there is literally about 90% of the draft classes that we need to get from 1970 into 1990. And the ones that are not out there, I will just make myself. So that's another reason to go with Madden 20. Just so much of the work's already been done. Of course, I'll have to apply my own rating system. There you saw Scott Hunter rated an 85 overall, a 45 overall. So there will be some rating changes, but that's still much less than creating the whole draft class. The names, heights, weights, I already checked that out for most of them, especially the ones by Bubba, and they're all really well done. So it's just a matter of changing the ratings, and Madden has this thing. Oh, real quick, Luke, I missed it, but Dale, Pitts, Brockington, McGeorge, and Spillis are the skill players for the Packers. So I was going to say, just lots of work already done. Makes still work to do to make it Sack to the Future style, but much less than having to create everything. So here's the Bears defense: Holman, Seals, Staley, and Obradovich on the line. Dick Butkus in the middle. Bruckbacher and Doug Buffone are the linebackers. Smith and Moore are the safeties. Charlie Ford and Joe Taylor are the corners. The guy to keep an eye on, of course, even the most casual fan who's never actually seen a game in the 70s will know the name Dick Butkus. But another player that you might not know but you need to keep an eye on the Bears defense is the corner Joe Taylor, 32-year veteran. Some say he's lost a step, but if that is not true, then he is still a premier corner. The Packers were into 71, so as you saw, Hunter is the starter. Now, Bart Starr is actually still on the team, but he's almost like a coach/emergency quarterback, not expected to play much here in 71. There's Bobby Douglas as your starter for the Chicago Bears. But 1971's gone, or the team of the decades, the team of the decade of the 60s is no longer. They still have some pieces left over, which we might see here when The defense comes out to get announced. There's an inaccurate pass by Bobby Douglas. Bobby Douglas, more of a running back playing quarterback. Jackson Holloway, Cody Cadill, and Steve Wright across the line. Wallace to the tight end. Gordon and Farmer the receivers. Cheyenne Pinder, the two running backs shown there. Douglas, fake play action, fires down the middle. That was not a bad pass, but it was knocked away by one of those leftovers. Okay, so here we go. Williams, Brown, McCoy, Lionel Aldridge, you might remember, on the line. Ray Nitschke still in the middle. Fred Carr and Dave Robinson. Willie Wood, Doug Hart, Ken Ellis, and Al Matthews. Now, you'll remember Willie Wood, of course. He's definitely a key member of the 60s. Ray Nitschke is sort of like Bart Starr, still on the team. Did not expect him to be the starter. He has the experience, of course. Jim Carter will take over as the starter some point. And Willie Wood has gone ghost mode Willie Wood. So Willie Wood makes the tackle on Shy and then does not allow the camera to view his facial features, which is an interesting development. But Willie Wood, all reports are he has not lost the step yet. Age 35, still plenty of quickness left in those legs. And he's the starter that I think will remain. Nitschke, of course, has definitely slowed down with the knee injuries and such. Still has all the experience and does get to start here against their arch rivals, the Chicago Bears. So we will keep an eye on that. Bart Starr, like I said, not expected to start much. But then again, if Hunter does absolutely nothing, you might see the old legend come back and try it again. That big play was by the rookie. This is the new Packers. The reason to get excited if you're a Packer fan, John Brockington, the rookie, is one of those reasons. Of course, out of Ohio State, so right here in the Big Ten. Well known to Packer fans already. There's another handoff to Brockington, and he slams us forward to the 20 or 19-yard line. So already 4 carries, 24 yards for the rookie. Hunter, quick drop, throws, and that's knocked away, broken up by the safety of the Bears. And now Hunter from the shotgun. 3rd and 4. Scott Hunter looks over the middle, throws it directly at a Chicago Bear, but he wasn't ready for it and dropped it. That was Brubacher, the linebacker, who actually broke up the last pass. So he is now credited with 2 pass breakups. Hunter was, it looked like he was throwing it right at the Bears linebacker there on that one. So the Packers will punt. Good punt. Here's a nice move there made at the 30. Gets out to the 40, to the 44-yard line. That is Gale Sayers, the legend. Multiple injuries. If he can get back to where he was, he had a nice move on that run. If he gets anywhere back to where he was before the injuries, then the Bears are still going to be competing. But there you see Don Shy getting a carry because they are certainly not. This has already been confirmed that they are in no way going to use Gale Sayers like they did, half a decade ago when he sprung into the league, and they would basically hand it to him, throw it to him, hand it to him, throw it to him, punt return, kick return. It was really Gale Sayers was the Chicago Bears offense and special teams. That's not the case. He'll still return some punts. He'll still get some carries, some throws out of the backfield, but he is a part-time player, hoping to keep him healthy for the whole year. And even as a part-time player, he'll be an exciting one at that. But he certainly does have the eyes of most of the medical staff, and Bears fans are cautiously optimistic that he can hold up and get back close to the form he was. play action pass. Douglas lets it fly into all kinds of Packer defenders there. It was knocked away for an incompletion, so Douglas off to a 1-for-4 start. I said Douglas is kind of like a left-handed running back playing quarterback. Pretty good scrambler. Not the most accurate passer. But here we go. A 46-yard attempt on the way. Kick is up, and it is good. The Chicago Bears score the first points of the Sack to the Future 1971 season. Mac Percival, the name you need to know for the answer to that trivia question. And now the kickoff. Ooh, nice little return there for the Packers. Near the 30-yard line. So that wasn't ideal from the Bears special teams there, but now we'll see if the defense can shut down the Packers again. Hunter under center turns. Delay gives it to Brockington, and he fights forward for a gain of about 4 or 5 more. Handoff this time to Elijah Pitts, but he gets only 2, bringing up a 3rd and 3. Hunter drops all the way back into the shotgun and throws underneath. It's complete, and that's a first down. Hunter completes his first pass of the season. It's to Carroll Dale. Definitely recognize him from the championship quality Packers of yesteryear. Packers now up to the 43-yard line, and there's the handoff to Elijah Pitts again, but Dick Butkus is there to chop him down. No gain. Brockington, the rookie, though, doing a little bit of flashing out there. On fire, if you will, and hopefully that just knocked him out of it. Seals hits him behind the line, and I think that might have knocked off his X Factor, so Brockington turns it on and immediately gets knocked right off of it. That's how you maintain what's the word I'm looking for? Momentum. Because again, in 22, a couple big plays. Whoa! Scott Hunter just kind of lets the ball out. I'm not sure if he was trying to throw it, but they called it a fumble. And luckily for him, the Packers are able to recover, so they will still get to punt. I was going to say the reason we went back to Madden 20, one of the big ones, was that momentum meter, where any play can get you momentum. Oh, there's Gale Sayers breaking a tackle and making a move. All right, so great signs for the Chicago Bears. Gale Sayers looking every bit as dangerous as ever on the punt returns. Of course, Gale Sayers, absolutely amazing. The first 3 years of his career, injury suffered in the 1968 season. Cut that one short, but he came back last year and had, although not as stellar of a season as the years before the injury, still was an all-pro, went over 1,000 yards. So there's no reason to assume that he cannot still get 1,000 yards. For the Bears, there's Douglas getting hit, fumbles the football. So Robinson with the sack fumble. Carr ends up tackling the guy who recovered it, and they will force the Bears to punt. But even in 68, going back to Gale Sayers, even in 68 with the injury-shortened season, Gale Sayers has still registered the All-Pro list. So he's been an All-Pro all 5 years as a pro. So he's played in half the decade, was an All-Pro every single year, 100% of the time. One of the greatest players of the 60s. Last year, though, of course, sorry, I misspoke. When I said last year was over 1,000, I meant that was his last full year. 69, of course, the horrendous injury last year kept him to only 2 games played. And they're hoping, that he can get back again. Like I said, not planning to use him. Probably won't be 1,000 yards just based on usage, but hopefully he can be the runner, 80% of the runner he was before, after that horrific injury. But as you see, even if Gale Sayers is not the focal point of the offense any longer, the Bears still have a pretty solid defense. And again, the Packers don't have the pieces they had a few years ago offensively either. So this, as you would expect with these two teams, will be a knockdown, dirty fight. First quarter has come to an end. Only the one score, that was the field goal by Percival. And the Bears lead 3-0 heading into the second quarter of 1971. You see total yards 42-41. Still trying to feel each other out. Douglas with a pump fake, then fires, hits the wide open Dick Gordon, the top receiver for the Chicago Bears. And that is a first down. Complete across the 45, fights his way down to the 47 of the Bears. Now Douglas with the pitch out to, that's not Shy, that's Pinder. Pinder getting his first carry. Actually lost a yard though. So we've seen Gale Sayers as the punt returner. I don't think he's actually carried the ball yet or maybe he had the one carry. But you see Shy getting the heavy usage. That's one of the questions of the Bears is who will be the guy getting the carries. There's a nice throw by Douglas over the middle, complete. Hitting his big tight end Bob Wallace, the UTEP. And the Bears in field goal range again. There's a handoff. That's Shy again. 9 carries, 41 yards. Pretty good start to the season for him. And now Douglas drops back. He's got time. Now he's going to take off and run. Here's what Douglas can do for you. Across the 20, 15, all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Takes a shot, but gets 16 yards before they tackle him. And that brings up a first and goal. Now the pitch out over to, it looks like Shy again. I was wrong. It's Pinder. And Pinder has now carried the ball twice and lost a yard each time. So might just have to go with Shy the rest of the game here. There's a handoff. Nice hole opened up, and this time Pinder puts it into the end zone. So a huge hole opened by the Bears offense, and Pinder gets it in there. So third time's a charm. After 2 losses, his third carry goes for 11 and a touchdown. And you see the Bears have run 14 times to only 6 passes. Another thing that is just better in Madden 20 is that if you use the run heavy playbook, it does run at least closer. It's not always 50-50. Sometimes they still pass more, but it's better than in Madden 22. Occasionally you got 50-50, but usually you had at least 60% passing. So here, with the custom playbook on whoever I am controlling, in this case the Bears, and then the run heavy playbook for the computer team, You get, between the two of them, you usually see more runs than passes combined, or right around 50-50, which is better for historical football, especially 70s. I mean, it wasn't too bad in the 80s, being a little bit more passing because it was 1980 and it was only going to get more and more. But now, going back to Madden 20 for other reasons and deciding, since I can go back to 71, let's do it. Definitely happy to see the results so far, showing more running plays called than passes. McGeorge made a nice catch there and held on after the big hit. So the Packers get another first down. Hunter's completed 3 passes now. The rookie Brockington as the fullback. There's a shot downfield by Hunter. A jumping catch made, a big hit, and he still comes down with the ball and securely and able to reestablish his feet and then get out of bounds. So a nice catch by John Spillis there. Takes a shot. Doesn't phase him. Holds on to the ball. Look at this. This is a nice throw, first of all. He has to go up to get it, though. Big hit. Comes down with it, though. That hit, of course, applied by the strong safety Ron Smith out of the University of Wisconsin. But the receiver from Northern Illinois showed his grit by hanging on to that one. High formation now for the Pack. They'll turn, they'll give it to the rookie Brockington again, and he gets knocked down by Seals. Again, Seals has been able to tackle the rookie right at or behind the line a couple times in this one. There's another handoff there on 3rd and 4. The Packers ran for it. That's what I'm talking about. You see more of a commitment to the run here. Sack to the future 71, but unfortunately for the Packers, or fortunately for the Bears, it was unsuccessful, and the Packers will have to settle for a field goal. They're going to do a fake field goal, though. What is this? Oh, they had the one-on-one coverage, but it was going to take a good throw from the kicker, and, well, I mean, kickers are not quarterbacks, and you saw that throw inaccurate, and the Bears will get away without allowing a point. So the Packers go to trickery that backfires on them, and now we'll pitch it out to Pinder. Same play as they did on the touchdown. They're very similar, but to the opposite side, and it works again. So 4 carries, 15 yards now for Pinder. Now Douglas drops back. He will throw it to Pinder out of the backfield. And Douglas now 4 of 7, up to 51 yards throwing. And now on 3rd down, they'll give it to Pinder. Oh, I don't know. It looked like he was going to get it if he went straight ahead. He tried to dance to the outside, and that cost him a first down. Big tackle by Matthews. Unfortunate decision by Pinder, and the Bears will punt on 4th and inches. Oh, the other thing is that the Madden 22, and, you know, it's Sack to the Future. It's not exact replay of history, but another thing that was a little bit off in Madden 22, the AI is too hyper-focused because, of course, again, it's built for today's league. So they were going for that 4th down a lot, which they do in the NFL now. So I understand why Madden's built that way. But when you're trying to do historical football, it's just there's just too many things adding up now that makes it hard to do it past the Madden 20 game. Madden 20 seems to be, I wouldn't say the pinnacle, because of course back in the day Madden had historic teams that were already built for you and everything. But as far as later, you know, after the PlayStation 2 days, Madden 20 is about as good as it gets for historical football. You still have the uniforms, you still have the Redskins. You can make playbooks that run first don't go and throw it on fourth down very often, so you can still get a lot of the feel. And so that's why we're doing it. Now you saw a change. Okay, Scott Hunter turns around and takes off and runs into the shotgun. A lot of changing parts there on that formation. Redesigns on the fly by the Packers. Hunter now at the no huddle, going to fire deep. He's got a man. If he comes down, he cannot. Nice throw by Hunter, but his receiver could not come down with it. He had the linebacker on the coverage, who smartly didn't try to keep up, just decided he'll hit him when he gets the ball, and he was able to knock it out. There's another throw into a contested area and unable to come down with it. So the Packers have now run 30 plays. This is the 31st play. Handoff to the rookie, Brockington, and on 3rd and 10, he gets 9 yards on the handoff. So that was just a handoff to make the Bears call a timeout, but it almost got a first down. Packers punting again. And this is going to bounce inside the 10 and almost stop right at the 1, but thankfully for the Bears, rolls into the end zone, which would make it a touchback. So Bears up 10-0. Will they be satisfied, or is Douglas going to throw? It looks like Douglas is going to throw, and actually he's going to go down on his back. Sacked by Williams, and that may have changed their mind. They looked like they were going aggressively for points. Now, after the sack, they're draining clock. Let's see if the Packers bother calling timeouts. So handoff, tackled, and now the Packers will come out. So the Packers wanted to make sure that they were giving up, and now that they're confirmed, they go ahead and call the timeout. But the Bears still got what they wanted out of it. They got the clock all the way down. So the Packers had to use 2 timeouts, and the clock is down under 30 seconds by the time he punts. However, he's punting from deep in his own zone, so let's see. Very good punt. What the Bears needed. Such a good punt. Drives the Packers back to their own 34-yard line, and with only 1 timeout. I think the Packers are going to try to look for points, but it's going to be harder. Hunter will throw underneath and get a few yards and call a timeout. So now there's no timeouts. You've got to go out of bounds. That was to Donnie Anderson, by the way. Underneath, you could get maybe to the 50 or so and down it, but you really need to go for the whole thing like Hunter's doing. Overthrows everyone. A little bit of question on the Bears' defensive strategy. Why was it just one-on-one? Get guys further back. This needs to be Hail Mary protection. The Bears decide to blitz, and that did get the ball out of his hands quicker, but interesting. They blitzed him. It worked, but leaving one-on-one coverage, and it's something to keep an eye on as the season goes along, if the Bears are going to always come after him on Hail Mary type. I don't know, I blanked on the word scenarios, I guess. All right, that was a quick look at the schedule of week 1. Didn't want to spend too much time on it. Let's get back to the action. Bears start at the 24-yard line, up 10-0. Packers have more total yards, but the Bears are winning by 10. Here's Pinder. So Shai had the majority of the carries early on, but Pinder is catching up. Douglas drops back, looks, fires, and completes over to Dick Gordon. Douglas now 5 of 8, 57 yards. It's nice to see in the third quarter that he only has 5 completions, 5 of 8. They play a nice 70s feel to it. Pinder picks up another first down. I don't know, there was no mention of Shai being injured or anything, but we haven't. Oh, there he is. There's Shai. Gets a nice block there and able to get up to the 45-yard line. So Shai now on his 10th carry has 50 yards. And here's the full backfield for the Chicago Bears. 3 of them behind Douglas. Is one of those Sayers? Oh, it's Shy again, and he gets just enough for the first down. So the Bears, 22 runs to 8 passes. Love to see it. Now Douglas is going to take off, avoid the sack, and actually turn that into another run play. They called pass, but the Packers defense got in too quick, and Douglas had to turn it into a run. There's a handoff. Nice block and a nice cut. And Shy's all the way down inside the 40-yard line. 12 carries, 64 yards. Now Bears have taken over 4.5 minutes off the clock to start the second half. And Douglas turned another huge hole open by this Bears offensive line. And Pinder gets his 9th carry. So Shy's got 11 carries. Pinder's got 9. Douglas has run it a couple times. All sorts of running and not much. Gale Sayers, I thought we might see a little bit more than this. But maybe he made the first punt return, so he's back from his injury, but perhaps they are just trying to figure if they can only get a few plays out of him a game. The most dangerous place for him is punt return. I don't know. I mean, as long as they win the game, that's fine. There's Grabowski, the ex-Packer, getting a carry, his 3rd carry. There's a pitch out to Pinder, who was 1 block away from his 2nd touchdown, but Aldridge was able to stop him and make the tackle. 3rd and goal from the 5. Motion. Bears. Douglas quick drop, and now he steps over, fires underneath, complete to his tight end for the touchdown, and the Bears have total control now. They went to the locker room up 10-0, came out and had a brilliant drive that took half the quarter, up 7 minutes and 17 seconds, and resulted in a touchdown. So absolutely perfect start to the second half. I just got through saying one of the reasons we're back with Madden 20 is to avoid the amount of blowouts because of the momentum meter. And here we are at 17-0. But still, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like, okay, the momentum meter is full. The Packers have no shot. It just feels like the Packers have left a couple points on the field. And even though the yardage is close, the Bears are just capitalizing when they get in position. It doesn't feel the same. Although, yes, if the Bears get another. There's Brock. He didn't break in the tackle. I was gonna say if the Bears are the next team that scores and pushes this to a 20-point lead, then all you Sack to the Future fan will be saying, "Wait a minute, it's still blowouts most of the time." Hunter fires another incompletion. He's now under 50%. And you got to wonder if Bart Starr has absolutely anything left. I'm sure the fans are not going to deal with getting shut out when they know they have a sure Hall of Famer on the bench. Hunter completes that pass, though. That was a nice pass downfield. And then a little bit of fencing celebration from Spillis. Interesting. Hunter back to pass again. He's got time. Great job by the offensive lineman, and just throws it away. All right. So not sure what pressure Hunter thought he felt. There was none. It was an excellent job by the offensive line, but he threw it away anyways. 2nd and 10, handoff. Brockington fights his way up to the 32. Impressive debut by the rookie. 16 carries, 75 yards. And now Hunter, quick drop, throws it. Oh, he had him. He had his man open for the first down, but misfired. And that's incomplete. And Hunter, you see, mad at himself. And now let's see, will they do another fake or will they go ahead and get the points this time? It's a 49-yarder, so not a gimme like the other one was. They turn a gimme into a fake field goal. They do the harder one. And Michaels puts it through. So Michaels, the big kicker slash defensive lineman, 36-year-old. He's been doing it for a long time, so he's not just, the backup emergency kicker or anything. He is the best kicker on the Packers, even though he has the body of a defensive lineman. But again, we're talking defensive lineman. He's from the 60s. I mean, he's 36 now in 71. So, you're not even talking 71 linemen. You're talking late 50s linemen. So, when I say body of a lineman, 6'2", 243. Not like, he's a 300-pounder or anything. That's a kicker. Douglas decided to take a shot. Is incomplete, though, and there's a handoff to Grabowski. No fooling the Packers on that one, so suddenly a 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. Douglas drops back, fires underneath, and Shy is able to get a couple, but not enough for the first down. So Douglas and company will leave the field, and the special teams comes on to punt. Bears have run 40 plays on offense. Packers, I believe, are at like 41-42. It's very close as far as total yards and total time of possession. I think time of possession slight edge for the Bears. Total yards is very close, but you see the score is definitively in the Bears' favor, 17-3. Packers will hand off to Brockington, gets a nice block by the receiver, and then the Bears, Buckus, was he trying to rip the ball off or rip his head off? You never know with Buckless, something's coming off usually. But that was just a tackle without an injury caused. Brockington again, and Buckus twirls him around and slams him into the ground. Whew. Buckus making Brockington take 3rd down off. He's on the sidelines after 2 straight tackles by Buckus, and Hunter's going deep, one-on-one coverage, and that's knocked away. Hunter now just 9 of 21. Well, the Packers. Oh, he has trouble with the snap, and it's going to be blocked. Picked up by the Chicago Bears at the 6-yard line. Lyle recovered it. The punter, all of a sudden, you saw him bobble the snap, and by the time he got it away, it was blocked. Excellent play by the Chicago Bears special team free safety Jerry Moore, and a disaster for the Packers as they were down by 2 touchdowns, and now the Bears can put it to a 3-score lead with just with getting no yards, just kicking a field goal, make it a 3-score game. Douglas will turn, he'll hand off, and the Packers defense, it's going to be 3 scores either way, but they would rather give up a field goal than a touchdown, I'm sure. Take a look at the rushing yards. The Bears outdoing the Packers on the ground. Packers outdoing the Bears in the air. Pinder gets stuffed behind the line there. Matthews, another nice play. 3rd and goal from the 8. Douglas drops back. Throws underneath, Packers all over it. And Douglas getting his percentage up with all these short passes, but not getting much yards. So the Bears actually go backwards after blocking the punt. But again, with such good field position, they still get 3 points out of a nothing drive. And the Bears now up to a 20-3 lead. And the Packers are really starting to feel the pressure now. You see the total yards almost even, but now the Packers are going to have to go more with the air game. You would think Brockington able to fight and kind of hide behind his blockers to pick up 6 yards in total. Now we're in the 4th quarter, and now you see Scott Hunter drop back to the shotgun, knowing their only chance is really to start throwing, and that's a nice throw. Nice start to Carroll Dale. Dale's 3rd reception of the game. And Hunter now has the pack at midfield. fires and hits Dale again. So back-to-back throws. Oh, Dale couldn't hang on at that time. Okay, I thought he hung on, but no, the hit did jar the ball loose. So 2nd and 10. Now Dale comes in motion. And throw is to the other side. Nice little move there. Again, the receiver out of Northern Illinois, John Spillis, had that nice catch where he took the contact of the big hit and held on. This time he does a nice move to avoid the big hit. 3rd and inches, Bears showing blitz. Backs out of it. Hunter goes that way anyways, does complete it, and they say they blow the whistle before he's able to break the tackle, McGeorge. So perhaps a little bit early of a whistle, but still a first down, so the Packers aren't going to be too upset about it. There's Hunter, not liking what he sees, just kind of throws it into the ground near his tight end. 2nd and 10. Great time, a great protection again, but then also good coverage by the Bears. 3rd and 10. Hunter looking at, not sure who he was trying to throw to there. Gives a little head tilt to the side like whoops. But now it's 4th and 10. Packers, if they have any chance left, they need a first down here. Bears do get some pressure this time, and Hunter beats him over the top to Carroll Dale. Well, we were saying the Bears were sending pressure on these plays. They sent it. That allowed one-on-one coverage on the outside, and Carroll Dale beats his man, Joe Taylor, the guy I told you was one of the good players on the Bears, making me look foolish. But Carroll Dale, of course, knows what he's doing, the longtime veteran receiver. And the Packers are not done yet. A 4th and 10 conversion for a touchdown. I don't want to say it's a whole new game because the Bears still have a 2-score lead, but an incompletion there would have pretty much given the Bears the game. Instead, it's certainly still in question. Gale Sayers now, he's doing both kickoff returns and punt returns. I think he's got 1 carry and no receptions. So again, they've decided, at least to start off the season, I guess, testing out the knee in real game. Of course, he's had, preseason and training camp and everything to show that he's back from the injury, but kind of easing him in here. Just a special teams player, at least in week 1 here. Play action pass. Douglas in all kinds of trouble, and down he goes. Brown gets there for the sack. And now the Bears are looking at 3rd and 20. Not what you wanted. Wanted to take off some time. Douglas now will turn and throw underneath. Douglas being very careful with the ball since they got the lead, which is smart. Takes time off the clock. But not much time as it's a 3 and out. Another good punt by the Bears. But some decent blocking and a decent return. Packers will start at the 41-yard line. And, the linebacker, the Chicago Bears, Ross Bruckbacher, while he was holding his back, but now on his way off, you see him holding his wrist again. So we will see, try to get you any word that we get. But now the Packers are going to try a little bit of a jump ball there. Spills unable to make that catch. Hunter is now up to 30 pass attempts. Of course, he's kind of had to since the deficit got as big as it did. But now Hunter just nothing open. Good protection at first, and he waited as long as he could, but Buffon finally got through and got the sack. Just the second sack of the Packers QB today. Hunter down 3rd and 16. Does he have another magical play left in him? He'll just throw that towards the sidelines, and it's actually incomplete. So 4th and 16, there is enough time to punt. Yep, because they converted the last 4th down, they don't have to go for it this time. But now the Bears have an excellent opportunity to get a couple first downs and really put this game away by taking some time off. A 3-and-out's not going to get it done. Packers have all their timeouts. It's only a 2-score game, so you need to get a few first downs here. Hand off to Shy. Not much, if anything. Douglas now draws back to pass. He will throw complete. And that's a nice gain on 2nd down, bringing up a 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, they can run or pass here. That was Wallace's 4th catch, by the way. Pitch out to Shy, makes one man miss, and he's very close to the first down. A nice tackle made. Shy tried to put the ball across, but they're going to say he's short, and the Bears not going to take any chances. They're going to punt this ball away. So the Packers did just enough, made just enough, or tackled him just in time to stop the first down. And the Bears, nice coverage on put. And Hampton is stopped at the 16. Okay, so Scott Hunter comes out. He needs 84 yards to get down to 3, or maybe 60 yards or so to get the field goal, but he needs a drive here. He'll start off underneath Donnie Anderson. The Bears, the clock is starting to become an ally of the Bears now as we're inside of 7 minutes, so it starts to become an issue. You can still run if you're the Packers. You just have to get points on this drive, whether you run or pass. Hunter's going to throw again underneath, and that really didn't do anything. So now it's a 3rd and 2. The Bears all bunched up. They assume run. Hopefully they're not susceptible to a deep pass. It's play action, but Butkus gets to Hunter before he can pull the trigger and gets the sack, and now the Packers have to go for it on 4th again. They had a miracle last time. Can they get another one on 4th and 7? Hunter waits, fires deep, and it's incomplete. Threw it into double coverage. Kind of had to make something happen with the Bears. Hold this time, and that really should do it. Bears are probably going to get more points here because there's just way too much time to not attempt a field goal. At least Pinder's trying to get it in the end zone, though, of course. So there you see the next game. Buffalo Bills and New York Jets will be the next one. Broadcast here from Sack to the Future. Douglas hits Wallace, and Wallace is hurt. 5th catch for Wallace, the big tight end. But that'll be his last of the game as he is injured. And the Packers are all over that pitch out. So the Bears will attempt a field goal here, which will only keep it a 2-score game. So I guess, because of the fact the Packers have all their timeouts and the 2-minute warning, the Packers defense holding here will still give them a chance. Well, the Packers can't run anymore. So the score kind of dictated the Packers had to throw this much 34 times already. For the one thing Scott Hunter has done is not throw interceptions, which are definitely prevalent in the 70s. So his completion percentage is looking like a 70s quarterback, but he's not thrown the multitude of interceptions. So that's something he can hang his hat on. It's Davis to start the drive here. Just over 3 minutes to go. Good protection again. This offensive line has really done a good job, but that's the second time, both times by Buffon, that they do a good job and then still give up a sack. The Bears have 4 sacks. I would say 2 real and 2 coverage sacks. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I thought it was bringing up 4th down. It's 3rd down now. 3rd and 9. And that's a 2-minute warning. Okay, so now the Packers need 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes. If they can get one without calling a timeout, it gives them much more of a chance. If they need to use their timeouts to get that first touchdown, then of course they have to get the onside kick. Hunter has time and then fires downfield. He finally had some pressure at the end there, so he had to get rid of it. The Packers line's doing a good job, but then again, the Bears are rushing 3 or 4 only, giving them a lot of people down in coverage, and that's why every time Hunter throws, the receivers are well covered, and that should do it. Another 4th down failure. Bears take over. The Packers do have their timeouts, but now they're down by 2 scores, and they probably... Well, they just can't take it, losing to their arch rival, the Bears, so they're going to call their timeouts. Even though realistically, this thing is over. Hand off to Shy. He's tackled and timeout. So if Shy or anyone on the Bears can get a first down, it will be officially over. Let's see, handoff. It's not. So the Packers are going to use all 3 timeouts. And the Bears are going to come out to try to make a 51-yard field goal. And Purcell is going to come up short because he just doesn't have a leg for 50-plus yard field goals. So that's actually going to work out pretty nice for the Packers field position-wise. They use their timeouts to get the ball back here. But now, even if they are able to find a touchdown, they'll have to recover an onside kick. That's a nice completion down to the 34, so they switch from their side of the field to the Bears side, and then a quick throw to get out of bounds, stopping the clock. 67 seconds left. They need 33 yards and an onside kick recovery, and then another touchdown. They hand off, catch the Bears by surprise. But was it worth the time it took? I'm not sure. There's the completion underneath, but well tackled immediately. And now the Packers just using so much time. 4th and inches. Throw out, complete to Rockton. He does get out of bounds. So it is a clock-stopping play. The Packers just want to get this down to a 1-score game. The less you lose by against your arch rival, the better. Hunter hit. Oh, got rid of it right before he got hit. But Anderson unable to get out of bounds, so this will be the last play. 3-2. He does get the snap off. They'll just throw it to the end zone, I believe. No, he's going to go down to a sack. The Bears get their 5th sack. It's Ed Obradovich. Sack number 5 for the Chicago Bears. And the Packers come up empty. Bears win the opener of the 71 season at home by the final score of Chicago Bears 20. What was it? Chicago Bears 23, Green Bay Packers 10. I forgot the score for a second there. Only 1 turnover between these rivals, but still a defensive feel to the game, which is what you want if you're playing 70s ball. So thanks for watching. Come back for more 1971 Sack to the Future when you can. Have a good one.